about differences between Indonesia and Vietnam. This is to give you a different perspective as to the culture, people, etc. Southeast Asian nations, Vietnam and Indonesia, have much in common, but they also differ greatly in a number of areas such as geography, history, culture, economy, politics, and demography. Comprehending these distinctions offers significant perspectives on the distinctiveness of every nation and its function within the area. Number one, geographic differences. Indonesia is the world's largest archipelagic nation with a total land area of about 1,904,569 square kilometers and over 17,500 islands. Because of its location along the Pacific Ring of Fire, it has a diverse range of geographical features, including plains, mountains, and many active volcanoes. Vietnam, on the other hand, is a mainland nation that occupies an area of roughly 331,230 square kilometers along the South China Sea. Vietnam's topography is mostly made up of plains and mountainous areas, particularly the northern highlands and the Annamite Range. This notable geographic difference affects both countries' economic activities and lifestyle. Number two, historical background. Over millions of years, Indonesia has experienced profound cultural and political transformations. Based on archaeological evidence, humans may have been occupying the area as early as 1.9 million years ago. Around 5,000 years ago, complex societies began to emerge. Indian traders had a significant cultural impact on the archipelago, which led to the establishment of Hindu Buddhist kingdoms such as Majapahit and Srivijaya before Islam began to spread in the 11th century. The 16th century saw the start of European colonization, mainly by the Dutch, and continued until 1945 when Indonesia gained independence. Vietnam's history, which spans more than 20,000 years, is likewise extensive. The productive Red River Valley was the primary location for the early Vietnamese state formation, which started in 2879 BC. Vietnam was ruled by a number of dynasties over the ages, including the Lai, Tran, Li, and Nguyen, which were important in shaping Vietnamese identity. Much of Vietnam's early history was shaped by the fight against Chinese dominance, which resulted in notable uprisings, resistance movements sparked by French colonization in the 19th century led to the First Indochina War and the Vietnam War, which had a profound impact on the nation's development. Number three, cultural differences. There are significant cultural differences between Vietnam and Indonesia that showed up in a variety of ways, such as social customs, food, and religion. Indonesia is the world's largest Muslim majority country, with approximately 87% of its people adhering to the Islamic faith. But there are also sizable populations of Buddhists, Hindus, and Christians, especially in areas like Bali and some parts of Java. The rich and varied social fabric of Indonesia is the result of the fusion of indigenous customs with elements from Islamic, Chinese, and Indian cultures. Conversely, the triple religion, or Tamgao, which combines Buddhism, Taoism, Confucianism, and native beliefs, is what defines Vietnamese culture. A millennium of Chinese rule has left a lasting cultural imprint that has resulted in a distinctive yet distinct cultural identity. Vietnamese food, which includes dishes like pho, banh mi, and bún chả, is well known for emphasizing fresh ingredients and flavor harmony. Number four, financial systems. Indonesia's economy is characterized as having dirigist characteristics and being mixed, meaning that big private business groups and state owned enterprises played an important role in the country's economy. Natural resources abound in the nation, including minerals, oil, gas, and agricultural goods. With a GDP of roughly $1.37 trillion as of 2023, Indonesia has the biggest economy in Southeast Asia. Vietnam, on the other hand, has created a market economy with a socialist orientation that allows for private enterprise while also allowing for state intervention. Vietnam's economy has expanded significantly, especially after the Dao Moi economic reforms were put into place in the 1980s, making the nation a rapidly developing one. Vietnam's GDP was roughly $429 billion in 2023, which was in line with its rise to prominence in regional investment and trade. The divergent economic environment highlights the different stances that each nation has taken on globalization and development. Number five, political systems. Indonesia is a presidential representative democratic republic with a presidential system of government in which the president is the head of state and government. Regular elections characterize the multi-party system that forms a political structure. The People's Consultative Assembly (MPR) is the highest political body in the system. Even though Indonesia is characterized as a democracy, problems like corruption and violations of civil rights still exist. In contrast, the Communist Party of Vietnam (CPV) governs Vietnam as a one-party authoritarian state. Elections are held, but there is very little room for opposition parties in the political sphere. The political lives of citizens in both countries are shaped by deeper historical and ideological roots, which are reflected in this glaring difference in governance. Number six, demographic differences. With a population of about 277.5 million, Indonesia is the fourth most populous nation in the world by population. Rich cultural diversity is fostered by the ethnic diversity of its population, which includes, among others, Javanese, Sundanese, and Balinese. Vietnam is a smaller country with a population of 98.9 million people, but it is just as diverse. The majority of the population, or about 85% of it, is Viet, Qui, ethnic. The country's cultural landscape is enhanced by the presence of other ethnic groups such as the Hmong, Thai, and Tay. Both Indonesia and Vietnam have unique demographic profiles. Indonesia has a lower overall population density, while Vietnam has a higher life expectancy rate. There are also notable differences in socioeconomic and health indicators. In summary, to sum up, Indonesia and Vietnam offer an intriguing examination of differences within the same geographic area. Geographical location, historical developments, cultural norms, political structures, economic systems, and demographic makeup are all different. Understanding these distinctions helps us better comprehend Southeast Asia and draws attention to the distinct identities of Vietnam and Indonesia as important actors in the world arena. All right, folks, that is all for today's show. Thank you for watching as always. Until next time, have a good day.